Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome to another Elementor library tutorial. In today's video, we are going to be creating some beautiful Elementor page builder contact forms. And of course, as always, at the end of this video, we will go ahead and post those contact forms here on the website, elementorlibrary.com, for you to download here in the free goodies section. If you haven't already, guys, sign up for a free account. It's free. You know, there are no hidden fees or anything. So let me just go ahead and head over to the actual page builder here and let's get started. First things first, the contact form, obviously, as you can see, is a Pro Elementor widget, okay? That means if you do not have Elementor Pro, unfortunately, you cannot use this widget or you cannot use this download. So first order of business, I see a lot of people do this type of stuff and it just makes me so angry. You drop in the form and a lot of people will just leave it just like this. Just the default settings, the default style. And while there's nothing completely wrong with this, it doesn't look the best, okay? And especially if you're trying to brand your business, you want this to look a whole lot better than just the default style. So for the love of everything that is beautiful, please do not leave your forms with the default settings. And we'll go ahead and fix that now by teaching you how to actually edit these forms. First things first, I'm gonna head over to the form itself and add the fields that we want to use. I'm gonna delete the text form just because that's overused. And let me just copy that field a few times. So for the first one, we'll do the name, of course. The second one, let's change this back to text and we'll do maybe like company. I'm actually going to hide the label. I don't want to use the label for this form. So the third field, we'll leave it as email. And the fourth field, since we're not doing description, let's just maybe do, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? All right, that's in there. Perfect. So now we're getting somewhere, except it still looks terrible because it's the default settings. So let's go ahead and change these to medium. Head over to style. This is where we're going to be doing most of our styling at for the form. And let's change the border radius of the fields to about, let's just do 50 so that they're rounded beautifully. And same thing for the button. Let's do 50 so that it matches. Now the button, I don't want it to be full width like this, so I'm going to change that to center. And that'll decrease the size to not be full width. So let's change this to send message. All right, so that's good. Head back over to our widgets and pull in some text here, a header. Change this to, let's just do like a grayish black color. And we'll leave that as it is. Let's change the actual text to something a little bit more convincing. Get in touch with us today. All right, that's that. And I want to add some text as well. I'm gonna make the text the same color as the header right there. I'm gonna delete this right here, leave the lorem ipsum, center this text, and let's get rid of some of this lorem ipsum just so it's not so long. Maybe even a little bit more. That's good. Let's delete this. So that's one sentence. All right, beautiful. Looking beautiful so far, don't you think? Yeah, it could still use some work though. So what I'll do is, I'm actually gonna nest a column in here. Delete that right there, but let's put this contact form inside of the nested section so that we can decrease the container size without actually affecting the text in the main container size. Does that make sense, guys? So that looks good right there, except I'm gonna go down to about 500 even. That looks better, but I think this still feels like a little bit suffocated. So let me go to the form and increase the row size to about, let's do 20. Let's see how that looks. That looks a whole lot better already. I mean, I'm loving this right here. Let's go to the button though and change the background color to some type of blue. Let's do something like that. That's nice looking, huh? Copy that color so we have it for later. And let's change this right here. Background color, text color, and I'm gonna add a border here as well, just so that we can actually get this hover effect going on. Boom. And the border color is the blue, so watch what happens now. We hover, boom. That is gorgeous. All right, guys. So I think that's it for the first form. Maybe let's duplicate this right here and I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm actually gonna put this inside of the nested column and decrease the color to something much lighter. And I want to copy this lorem ipsum as well, paste it so that it's a little bit longer. And this is going to be our terms, our fine print. Look at that, we get some fine print on this form, right? Sneaky. All right, I'm gonna add some space in here as well. Drop that to about 20. And that is just looking completely beautiful. I think that qualifies as a beautiful Elementor contact form. So that's the first contact form right there, guys. You see how easy that was? And it's really just that simple. Follow these steps. If I went a little fast, just, you know, go back and watch the video, pause it, play it again. You can either stop here and just, you know, fast forward the video and see what else I do and download these free goodies, or just keep watching so you can keep learning more, because we're just gonna build some more forms, guys. All right, so go ahead and add another section. Let's just go ahead and in this section, add a background, okay? And I've got my assets in here already, so let's add this one. Position, center, size, cover, and let's see what we'll do here. Now for this one, I'm actually going to nest a column in here, and boom, let's change this column color to white, and I'm actually gonna add a border on it as well. Let's do maybe 8, okay? And now, let's add our text. What I'll do, just to make this easy, is just copy this form right here, and we'll make changes to this form as we go, okay? So we got the form in there. I'm gonna add some padding around the actual form itself, maybe like that. And let's change the container to this to about 50 or 500 as well. I'll do the same thing. Let me just copy this text and paste it in here if I can get it in there. Well, let's just do it this way, and I'll just drag and drop it outside of the nested form so that it's actually over the background, okay? Now for this one, let's change the text a little bit. Contact us for a free quote, I guess, or let's do for a free assessment. Boom. Hope I spelled that right. It's not giving me the spell check, so I must have. And I'm going to change this to white and maybe change the font size to skinny. Okay, that looks pretty good so far, except let's add some padding just so we can get a better idea of how this is gonna look. And I'm actually gonna add a background overlay to this background as well, just so we can see what's important. That's looking pretty fantastic already, but let me just decrease that, the opacity of that overlay a little bit to about maybe 40. Okay, it's looking pretty good. And once again, I'm gonna copy this text up here just to help expedite this process. Paste it in there, change it to white. Boom, looking fantastic. And let's see, copy that. Make this a little bit longer. Okay, I don't like that exclamation mark. Let's just do a period, there we go. So we're nice and professional now. I'm gonna add some more space right here to about maybe 20. And so we've got this so far. I'm not completely sold on it. Let's keep working on it. So I'm gonna change the actual fields here. Delete this, delete that, delete that. And I'm going to make this, instead of rounded, let's just make it curved. Maybe let's do the same radius as the actual border or the box container that it's inside. And we'll do the same thing for the button. So let's go to the button, change that to 8. Beautiful. And we'll leave the color the same just so we have a consistent sort of aesthetic going on here. Go back to the content of the actual form. Let's duplicate this a few times. I'm going to change the name to 50%, and you can see what it does there. It just decreases the actual width of the container. Now if we do that again, you'll see that it automatically goes in line, which is a pretty fantastic feature that I just love. So for this one, we'll do first name, and then we'll do last name for this other one. Let's get that in there. So we got the last name, first name, last name. And for this next one, let's do email. Let's go here, email, email. And for this last one, let's see what we got here. Maybe let's do phone number. Nope, I don't think Elementor actually has a phone number, so we'll just do number. Except what I'll do is the minimum value, let's do 10. and the max value, let's also do 10, okay? We're just gonna assume that they're in the United States, and you know, you got the area code, which is 3 digits, and then the actual number 7, which, you know, if you're good at math, that equals 10, okay? So let's change this to phone. We'll just do phone, keep it short and sweet. And I feel like this needs one more other thing. Maybe let's go ahead and add a text field in this as well, text area. And let's just do details. Beautiful, I'm loving it, okay? So that's that so far. It is still missing something though, and I think I know exactly what it's missing. Let me copy this text right here. Well, let me just duplicate that. Drag and drop that into the actual container itself, okay? And send a message or something like that, except we can't see it, so let's change it to black, or like a grayish black maybe. That looks good right there. And that's looking better, except let's maybe decrease the size of this, 28. Let's do 32. It's looking better. I wonder what would happen if I decreased or increased the font weight to create some nice contrast there. That's looking pretty good, except maybe that's too heavy. Let's do 500 instead. That's looking better. And I'm gonna copy and paste this in here as well. Delete that lorem ipsum. Change this to black as well. And let's see how that looks. That's coming along nice, except it's still not finished. I'm going to actually make this button 100% this time. Let's make it like that and add a tiny bit more space inside of here between those two elements. And I'm actually gonna decrease the space here by going there. Widget space right here in the column, just decrease that to 5. I think the default is 20, okay, as you can see there. So let's change that to 5 to bring these two text elements together closer. And last but not least, guys, I'm going to copy that again, paste that right below there. Also copy and paste this spacer, and this will also be our fine print, which I'm gonna decrease the color just so it's, you know, you gotta make fine print the way they have it on real websites, you know, they're sneaky, and so they try to make you sign things that you're gonna regret later on in the future, but you know, the fine print's there, you just didn't read it. So there we go, that's looking right, nice and small, okay? Perfect, let's save that. And that looks nice, guys. I mean, I might have to use this for one of my projects. So we got those two right there. And let's just keep going. I'm not sure how long this video is, but if you guys are watching it, you know, good for you. We're just gonna keep building these. Maybe I'll build 1 or 2 more. So this next one, I want to, let's see here. I'm gonna actually duplicate this top one and pull this underneath there. Let's see here. I'm gonna make a new field, and let's make this one 2. Okay, and let's add some space up top and up bottom. Let's change the background color of this one to this blue that we use for the button, and if I can just go grab that really quick, let's do that. Okay, so let's change this column to the column background to blue, and let's see here, what else should I do? I'm gonna copy in, I'm just gonna pull in this form right here into that field, change this to the same black that we've been using for the text, which I'll just grab that and paste it into the background of this one. Boom. All right, that's looking terrible, but we will fix that in a second. Now for this, I'm gonna just pull this over here really quick so we can actually have the blue there. Okay, so we've got that, and so you might be thinking, what are you doing with this one, Joshua? I don't know what you're gonna do with this one, but this is gonna be so freaking pretty, okay? So let's go ahead, and I'm actually going to add, what am I trying to do here? Let's go to border and add a border radius. We'll do 8 just to keep it consistent with these top ones. Oh, that one didn't, I did it wrong. Let's do this instead. Let's go to the actual section. So as you can see, this is not actually changing the border radius, and I believe I know why. So instead, we'll have to go into the actual columns themselves and change the border radius, except we can't do all 4 corners. If we do it, it's gonna do it like that. That looks ridiculous. So instead, let's unlink these, and let's see if I can remember this. I think the bottom is up right there. The right would be over here. And so we'll just only border the top and the left so that we can have one corner be bordered. And we'll do the same exact thing for this one, except we'll do, let's see, I think bottom and right. So now we got something going on here, and these are still straight like they should be, except this looks pretty terrible still. So let's decrease this container size to maybe 1,000. Add some padding into this section right here. Do the same thing for this column right here. We'll do 50 and change this to white so we can actually see it. There we go. All right, so that's good. And let's start adding stuff into this field right here, except, you know what? Take this back. I'm deleting that. Let's use an icon box right here, okay? And you'll see what I'm doing with this here in a second. So change the size of this icon to be significantly smaller. 25 is good. Go to content, change this to white, change the description to white as well. I'm gonna change the size of this header though to maybe something like 18. We don't want it to be too big, and increase the spacing just a little bit too so it's not too flush against the actual description here, which will keep all those settings as default. I'm gonna make this email@domain.com, and you guessed it, this is the email, and we'll change this to an envelope right there, except let's change this icon to white. All right, now we're talking. And let's increase the space of this icon right here to about 20 so it's not too close. So that's looking a whole lot better. I'm gonna duplicate this 2 times. This one will be the phone, and we'll do +1 555 555 5555. Don't call that number. I don't think anybody actually has that number. And if they do, then they have a lot of people calling them, because I think that's the number everybody uses for these examples. We'll do phone for this one. And for this last one, of course, will be the address. Let's do address, or 1234 address lane. Beautiful. And New York. So as you can see, I did that on purpose. When I hit the space, it doesn't actually do a space. So for that, you'll just have to do a break manually right there. New York City, 10010 or something like that, okay? And let's just do United States as well. Well, no, let's not do that. We're assuming that they're in the United States already. Okay, so that's looking pretty good right there, except this still looks awful over here. So let's fix that up, just at the actual form itself. Let's delete some of these fields, boom. I'll add a message, or what am I doing? Right here, okay. I'm gonna add a text area. And let's go into style right here, go to field, decrease this down to 0, and delete the actual width as well to 0, except only do the bottoms. And you'll see what I'm doing here. Right now you can't really see it, but just give me 1 second and you'll see what's happening. Change the background to transparent, boom. Now we're getting somewhere. This is looking pretty good, except I think it's still a little bit too crowded. So what I'll do is, let's change this to email. Even though we got an email right here, we'll change this to phone number. Do phone, change this to email. And I'm gonna set these widths to 50% so that they're in line with each other. Okay, and this last one right here is just the message. Beautiful, 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 okay? And just to make this look a little bit better right here, I'm gonna increase the columns gap so that those aren't so close up against each other. Maybe about 30, looks pretty good. All right, message equals, let's not have that there, let's delete that. And for the sake of the admin, always put the label as well so that updates right there. Okay, so this is looking a little bit better here. I still think it could use some work though. So let's see what we can do with it. Maybe let's increase the color so we can see the actual name itself a little bit better, or the field names. Okay, looking better. I don't like this button right here. It doesn't work well with the black background. So instead of just doing a button, I'm gonna decrease the background to transparent. We don't want a border. We'll just do the actual text itself, except I'm going to left align, or maybe right align. Let's see, left, right, left, right, left, right. Let's go with right. I like right better. And let's change the hover color to maybe like a little bit, let's do that. There we go. So you can, so it's clear that they're hovering over it at least, but I just don't like that button. I think this looks a whole lot better right here, guys. And let's see what else we can do with this, just to snazz this up a little bit more. Maybe I'll increase the size of this. Let's try this instead to something like that. Maybe that looks a whole lot better already. I mean, it's just amazing what one little change can do, you know, even for me. If you just try things, you know, you might get lucky and then walk away with something that's just beautiful like this right here, okay? So we've got a pretty good set here. This top one, just the basic contact form, white background, looks good though. This next one right here, getting a little bit spicy with it with a background. This looks really, really good. I'm loving this one right here. And then this one, which is a little bit more basic, but still has some nice style to it. We got the contact information over here in the corner with the contact form, just a really basic contact form. We didn't even use a button for this one. So, well, we have a button, but it's just a transparent background, so it just looks a little bit more stylish. And let's see here. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. I think that's it for this. I'm not sure how long this video is, probably about 20 minutes by now. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. But like I said, guys, head over to elementorlibrary.com if you haven't already. I'll have all of these templates right here available to download on the website. Sign up for a free account, download them right here in the free goodies section. And as always, guys, it's been a pleasure. I'll be back again soon with another video tutorial. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like and leave a comment, guys. Leave a comment on what type of tutorial you'd like to see next. Okay, if you want to see maybe how to build better image carousels, do that. If you want to see how to build better nav menus, just drop a comment below. Tell me what you want to see, and I'll make a video on it. And guess what? You'll get some free downloads out of it. Okay, so that's it, guys, for today. I'm gonna head out now. Hope you have a great rest of the day, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, it's been a pleasure. Happy creating.